Welcome to the episode 2 of the Eagle's Nest. I'm your host, Jeff Porcaro, and I'm here today with Coach Brad Burtenshaw, who is the head football coach from Maple Mountain High School. And let me get that right there. There we go. So, Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself. For those that don't know you and haven't met you, or those that do, just tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I grew up in a athletic family. My dad was a teacher and a coach for many years here in Utah, down at San Juan High School. Then he finished up at Ben Lomond High School. So I've been around it my whole life. I love the game. I love athletics. So I played football, basketball, and track in high school, and then served a mission. And then I went to the University of Utah and played wide receiver. And that's where I did my education. When I finished there, I spent 6 years at Morgan High School up in the Ogden area, where I did a little bit of everything: offense, defense, special teams. Had my opportunity to start teaching and coaching, and then had an opportunity to start this new high school here, Maple Mountain, and became the head football coach in 2009. And I've been here ever since.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. So I want to talk to you a little bit as a coach. You know, every coach kind of has a philosophy and values and things that they look for in their team. What are some of the things that you value and try to pass on to your team?
Well, I think just that we really want them to be good people. We want them to be good, responsible citizens. We want them to work hard and play hard. And we want them to be examples in the community and just be successful members of the community that can contribute.
Great. And I've seen that as you work with the boys and the types of things that you do in the community and some of those things. You know, those are areas that even my boys, as they played football for you back in the day, that was something that they really picked up on, was, as you know, wins and losses, kind of the memory of that fades. They kind of remembered the life lessons and the things that you taught.
You know, I think those are some of the experiences we really want them to remember. You know, we love football and we love the game, but it's a vehicle to bigger things too.
That's great. So what is the most rewarding part of being a coach to you?
You know, probably just seeing young men make good decisions. And by that, it could be good decisions on the field. It could be good decisions in the classroom, just with their life, helping others, doing service, just being able to look beyond themselves and make good decisions that will help them be successful and help others be successful.
Perfect. So, you know, as we got into this season with the COVID-19 and the suspension of not only playing and practicing and school and everything, you know, you guys were just getting into the preparation for 7-on-7s and spring and then getting ready for summer. How has this kind of impacted you and the team?
Well, it wasn't too long ago that we weren't allowed to do anything in the spring. So we've only been doing that for a couple of years now. And we thought we had it all organized to do a really good job this year, but then you know, the pandemic started, and we really just haven't been able to do anything, which doesn't affect us too much right now, where we're in the off season. But you know, shortly in the next month or so is when we would, you know, really start to go outside and throw the ball around and get ready for some of the 7-on-7 tournaments in June.
Yeah, and so with that, you know, even the year-round weightlifting and things that go on with football, what's the hardest part taking a break from all of this right now?
You know, I don't feel like taking a break has been the hardest part. It's just been equipment. Kids want to work out. They want to be successful athletes. They want to put in the work. That's what they get told their whole lives. They got to work hard. And the equipment that they use to work hard has been taken away. And so not being able to grab a weight bar or put a bar on your back or things like that has made them feel like they're not working hard. And so I'm just trying to get them to understand we're doing the best we can. And I send out workouts with their class email of things they can do at home or on the track or on the bleachers. And we just do the best we can.
That's all we can all do right now at this time. And so you said you've been telling the kids, here's some things, those that are in the advanced conditioning classes and stuff. What would you tell those others that aren't in those classes, that aren't getting those emails and stuff? What should they be doing to prepare for summer and for the fall football season?
That's a great question. We've been trying to figure out what would be best. I don't think there's any way I could ever put a big enough or a correct enough email list together or a text list together. So our idea this week has been, I'll start posting the workouts on our football website. So then even the younger athletes, if they're a ninth grader, we had a lot of eighth graders that were coming in the winters learning how to lift weights. They could do some stuff at home. I won't be able to take roll or things like that, but it would at least give them something to do, and not have to worry about whether they're on the email list or not, or text list or not. We'll just try to get the information to them of where they can find it.
That's great. And that's something that definitely we'll be able to help with in getting the word out of how they can find that information. So one of the other questions I had is, there's been talk about right now UHSAA has got everything blocked out to May 1st. And, heaven forbid we go beyond that. But if it happens to kind of subside a little and we kind of get back to a little normal life, what does this mean for the 7-on-7s and other things? Would those things continue to happen, or have those been pretty much canceled for good right now?
I think where they were in June, as far as I know, they're still on. And so if things were to normalize in the month of May, there's not a ton of preparation that goes into 7-on-7. With 5 offensive plays and 2 or 3 defenses, you can pretty much play in a 7-on-7 game. Coaches can be in the huddles. So I think we would be fine if things were to normalize in May, that we could go do our stuff in June. But June is a very busy month for us, between a couple of 7-on-7s, a team camp at the end. So we're anxious to see what this looks like here in a few more weeks, if what May is going to look like.
That's the big unknown. So one of the last questions I had is, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I know there's a few coaches that have been pretty involved with this, but I want to talk a little bit about it, especially for athletes. I know that Maple Mountain is an especially for athletes member school, and I kind of want to ask you, what does it mean to you to be a coach that's involved with especially for athletes?
I think the program, especially for athletes, was something that fit right along with the values and standards that we wanted to have here at Maple Mountain in our program. So, years ago when Shad Martin and Dustin Smith approached me about Maple Mountain being one of the flagship schools of especially for athletes, it sounded great because it sounded like a lot of the stuff we were already trying to implement. So it was pretty seamless to join a program like that. They do a fantastic job, and it's just been something that we've been able to join pretty easily.
That's great. I appreciate your words on that. So, this has been a great time to talk, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk and get to know a little more about you and what types of things, you've done with the football program. And we look forward to spending more time with you as football season comes back.
Thanks, Jeff. Happy to be a part of it.
All right, so this has been Jeff Porcaro with Coach Brad Burtenshaw, the head football coach of Maple Mountain football. We appreciate his time with us today, and we want to make sure that you all go out and check the mmhsgoldeneagles.com. That's the athletic site that Maple Mountain uses to give information, and hopefully Coach will get some information out there for workouts and other things that the kids can do. And we'd also like to have you subscribe to our YouTube channel on Maple Mountain Sports, as well as our Instagram, which is also Maple Mountain Sports, and follow us on Twitter, Maple MTN Sports. And last of all, follow us on Facebook at Maple Mountain Sports, and hopefully you can get all of this information. We appreciate your time, and we are glad that you could join the Eagles Nest.